Hi there, and welcome to my son's YouTube channel. I am Reese's mother, and I started this channel 4 or 5 years ago just in hopes to communicate struggles and stay positive, but also to raise awareness that society has to change their way of thinking. So like, subscribe, or just watch. It's up to you. I've been putting this one video topic off for a very long time. And the reason I've put it off is because I don't want it to come across as a person playing victim or a person complaining. That is not my intention for this channel. My intention for this channel is for everyone to kind of open their eyes and be like, yeah, we live in a new age. People and things and all this stuff is more accepted and doable. But for today, I want to do a video about caregiver burnout. So, what is caregiver burnout? Well, it's when you go a long amount of time caring for somebody else without a break. And it takes its toll on you. It takes its toll physically, emotionally, and mentally, because you're constantly giving. And the only thing I can compare it to is being a nurse 24/7 without any breaks. That's caregiver burnout for me anyway, speaking for myself. It could be the sandwich generation who cares for their parents who are in care homes now, or take on that responsibility. With myself as a single parent who works outside of the home, I've done it for 12 years on my own. And caregiver burnout is a real thing. And I so keep putting this video off because it's hard to talk about, because when I go through caregiver burnout, it causes you to become depressed because you've depleted all of your energy in every means possible to someone else. So who gets it? People who care for other people nonstop and don't take care of themselves. What does it mean? Well, you're burnt out, you're exhausted, you're emotionally and mentally drained. You have nothing to look forward to because you're exhausted. Respite, is respite an option? This is a tough subject because yes, it is an option, but it's very, very, very limited. So with my situation, there's a place where I live that does respite for my son, and they are the most amazing people, and I'm so grateful for them. This organization will remain unnamed, but I've used them for about 10 years now, since Reese was 2. And the issue is the funding. See, this respite home has 6 permanent children who live there, and they have 1 respite bed open. And there's 5 of us families, and there's probably a lot more, who utilize this. So we are offered 1 weekend a month. And now that there's 5 families, sometimes you have to miss a month. So sometimes I go 8 weeks without a break. And when you work, it's just hard to explain. When you're working full time, if you have somebody in your life or a roommate or whatever, like I need a personal assistant to do my laundry, I do it. To go grocery shopping, I do it. To go to the gym, well, okay, never mind that. Obviously this is very unedited. But let's just say a typical weekend for me, I have a couple jobs, and one is a good trade that I can do out of my home. So a typical weekend for me, caregiving for my son, is taking clients, On Saturdays, make sure he gets 3 meals plus 2 snacks, medicating him every 8 hours, which would include his seizure medications and his other medications I give him at supper. Now, he is 12, but I do change his diapers. Not many people can understand 12 years of changing diapers. Yeah, it sucks. And I remember, and there's a lot of accidents that happen. I remember my mom saying to me once, "How do you do this, Rachel?" And I said, "Because I love him. He's my son. I love him." It's just a mother's love. You have to carry on. But I know by Saturday night at 5:30, I'm exhausted and he has tons of energy to go. By Sunday, it's like a nurse, 24/7, no break. So Sunday is the same thing. 3 meals. He's usually up at 6 or 6:30. Changing diapers, medicating, getting him ready for school, getting laundry done. And by Monday morning, when usually people are refreshed and ready to go to work, that is the opposite for me. I am exhausted. I feel like I just came off 48-hour work shift. And a lot of people don't understand what that's like. So when that goes on for about 8 weeks straight, I definitely have caregiver burnout. And it's a combination of lack of sleep, a combination of, with Reese, because he's visually impaired, he can't feed himself. He can't verbally tell me if he's hungry. I have to bath him still. Like, you're caring for somebody who is 100% totally dependent on you. So you are on call and working 48 hours straight. So the other little topic I wanted to bring into caregiver burnout is, how do I relieve it? Well, because respite is so few and far between and hard to get, and I don't just use anyone, it has to be someone I fully trust with my son. And that's very hard. So, and it's not cheap to get someone just, "Hey, can you watch my son?" How to eliminate it? I personally, my out has always been the gym. Some people, you know, cope with different things in different ways. I was never one to abuse things, or I live a clean, healthy, sober lifestyle. So when I go to the gym, I get a lot out at the gym. And that's my out. The other way to eliminate caregiver burnout, to go on a really good holiday, but for a single parent who needs to find care for their son, just doing that takes about 3 months of planning. So let's say I wanted to take a holiday 3 months from now. It's not as easy as, you know, hey, you know, I can pick up, we can go here and there. I have to actually look into finding someone to watch my son, find the funds for that. And then, yeah, it's just a lot. I think there's other ways. Okay, here's other ways that are conventional ways. There's unconventional ways. I guess you could go to a group and talk with a whole bunch of people about the same situations. But the thing is, that doesn't work for me because I'm empathetic and I'm sympathetic. And if I go to a group and I have to sit there and listen to them and the struggles they're going through, and I can relate and understand, I just don't think I would come out of there happy, if that makes any sense. And I'm not bashing the idea of having a forum where people can talk and discuss their situations and what they're going through. I think it's good to have people who have the same interests and things in common with you. But I don't want to leave somewhere negative. So my outlook on life has always been, just do it, stay positive. And it's true, like it does help. Your mental state helps. But I don't have the time to go and sit and talk about the struggles of being a caregiver of a special needs child. I just don't have the time. Like, If I go sit there, the only thing I'm going to be thinking about is, do I have his supper ready? What am I going to get for groceries? Have I done his laundry? What about his school meetings? What about his appointments for all his stuff he goes through? It's like non-stop. That's another thing that contributes to caregiver burnout. I know in a month, if he has so many appointments in a month, they're not all health appointments. They have to do with his wheelchair or his AFOs or his standing frame at school or meetings. That's another thing that's always taken a toll on me. I find that emotionally draining, and they're not negative things. I'm just saying, when you get to know the healthcare facilities and the hospitals really well, it takes a toll on a person. And if you're caring for your grandma or your grandpa or your mother or your father or anyone, you will realize, it's time to stop, reflect, and take a look. So I do a lot of inner work, and but yeah, this was a struggle to make this video because I didn't want to be judged on things like, oh, she's playing the victim role, or oh my gosh, what now? That's totally not the case. And the reason I did start this channel is to really see if people have changed in society. Like, that is a big deal to me. The other thing that bothers me, and I have people in my life that I will not name that are embarrassed to be seen in public with a child in a wheelchair. Sad reality, but true, right? Sad, but true. So I took my son swimming, and I got him enrolled in the special needs swimming class that we're going to start on Saturday nights, and I'm really pumped for it because he's so excited. So to get him ready for that, because he loves swimming, I took him myself on a public swim night, and I physically can't lift him, I just can't. He's like 120 pounds. He's 12 years old. So I used a lift sheet, and I got the lifeguards to help me lift him into the pool. And like, the public, to this day, the amount of people who stare, it's like, what? You've never seen a child, an adult, a person with disabilities? Are you serious? Get a grip, people. Like, I'm never gonna hide Reese, shelter him. I just have to do more things with him. But people like to just think, oh, wonder how they're doing or what's wrong. But the outsiders need to realize that's our way of life. It is what it is, and he's happy. That's all that he knows. So if you have any thoughts on caregiver burnout or any suggestions and ideas, I'm going to come up with some more ideas for different topics for this channel that other parents who caregive to special needs children can relate to. So thank you for watching, and I hope it left you with something positive to take from it.